Hello and welcome to Assorted Beef, where I talk about anything I want to that doesn't fit into niche tea for any particular reason. I know there's been a lot of stuff going on and I'm catching up, so there are 3 things I'm actually going to cover at a very high level in this video. Here's your George tax. I hope everyone is having a lovely week. George has somehow been even weirder since getting neutered than he was beforehand. He's like this crazy little gremlin dude. I don't know what's going on. Is that normal? I kind of thought they were supposed to chill out, but please let me know. Also, as you know, I am still supporting an effort to raise funds for a team of artists and their families as part of Operation Olive Branch. We've made amazing progress. Thank you so much to everyone who's been able to contribute. If you are able, you can find all the information through my profile. If not, I completely understand. If you would consider boosting or engaging, that would be amazing. Keep moving to see if I can get better cell reception, but unfortunately our cell towers are still not like fully up and running. So if I change scenery, that's why. Okay, so first up, we're going to talk about Mama Owl. Mama Owl is a teacher who is also on TikTok and Instagram and does skits. These skits center around children in school environments. So she'll play a child dealing with a bad admin at a school or dealing with bullying from other kids, that sort of stuff. You may have seen a video fairly recently that is now down but got up to like over 1 million views that showed a picture of her and it was playing John Lennon's So This Is Christmas and it was singing the war is over part, and basically it said that her platform was gone. That video was referring to the fact that in 2022 one of the skit videos that she made was about a trans student being SA'd by a school administrator. The thing about her skits though is, to my understanding, they are real stories submitted to her by victims who want her to make videos about them because they want to be platformed by her and don't want to tell the story themselves. So this is a way for them to get visibility without putting themselves in direct danger, and also to raise awareness for whatever thing that they've very recently gone through, because presumably these are all still children. Now, what I don't know is whether or not the people who are upset with her and have been since she posted that video, though she did take it down, I don't know whether or not they maybe just don't know that context and think that she made this up, or if they simply just don't believe it. Because to me, with that context, I think this is a beneficial thing to do, and as long as it's properly like trigger warninged and everything, then it should be fine. But basically, there's been a rising tide of people since that 2022 video who really don't like her and want to get her deplatformed, and it looks like this happened. Whether she shut her own TikTok account down herself or whether she was banned, I'm not entirely sure. And then on top of that, there are reports, though I haven't seen any firsthand account like from her, saying that she was let go from her teaching job as well because that video was then circulated around people at her school. Since reports of her getting fired have gone around, I've noticed all the hate videos have kind of disappeared. Even the person behind the War Is Over video, who quite literally made it, that was a dummy account that person made just to hate on Mama Owl. Even they had a previous video on their account saying, whoa, I'm not trying to get anybody fired, can we chill out? And has since, I think, deleted the whole thing. So that's one. 2 is the Kelsey Taylor Dora dating fiasco.
You know, I really didn't think that I was going to come back home from 4th of July and have a video of my boyfriend at the time cheating on me.
Right. So we've got Kelsey, who used to work at BuzzFeed and is pretty well known. Kelsey very recently hard launched her relationship with this guy named Taylor. The video I just showed was a separate woman, Dora, who saw Kelsey's hard launch video, which included dates of like when they met and how they started getting together. And Dora was like, interesting, because I was dating that guy when you guys met and started dating. We actually overlap by a couple of months at least. Then more women started coming forward, and someone asked that I put a timeline together, so I'll do that here. From what I can see, everything starts in like late 2021 when Dora and Taylor meet. They start talking and then they start dating in early 2022 sometime. It has since come out that in like the spring summer of 2022, he was like actively dating other people, or at least pursuing them. One of them was a 19-year-old who alleges that Taylor heavily pursued them, even though Taylor was reportedly 30 at the time. They did not hook up, though. Allegedly, Taylor did try to get them to go back to a hotel with him. And then another person allegedly did hook up with Taylor after Taylor pursued them very heavily, so it wasn't like a drunk night at the club kind of thing. And this person alleges that they were a virgin and Taylor knew that, and they told Taylor how important their first time was to them, like they wanted it to be a big deal, and then they built up to this whole thing, they did it, and then Taylor ghosted them, allegedly. All of that happens before Taylor even meets Kelsey, the person he is currently with. Then near the end of the year in 2022, Taylor meets Kelsey, they start dating. I'm not entirely sure what that overlap is, but according to Dora, they are still in a relationship, Dora and Taylor, when Taylor and Kelsey start dating. Then in early 2023 sometime, Taylor breaks up with Dora to more officially be with Kelsey. But according to the other 2 people who have reached out to Dora, Taylor continued to contact them in a very flirty way, though allegedly nothing has happened. But there's still that open line of communication between Taylor and these other people, despite the fact that Taylor is supposedly exclusively dating Kelsey. Now, one thing, Dora was able to show pretty compelling screenshots of communication between her and Taylor that around the incidents of the other three women to show that she and Taylor were together. And I do believe Dora. The one thing I will say, just for thoroughness sake, is that I didn't see anything that was kind of like an official, like, we are exclusively dating. Like, I haven't seen that in any of the communication. There's definitely a ton of heavy wording, like love of my life, soulmate, rest of my life, all of that stuff happening around, like quite literally coming outside, waiting for girl to get ready so he can go bang her. And he's texting Dora, like, I love you so much, you're my soulmate, like that kind of stuff. But there is theoretically an outside chance that, like, in his mind, they weren't exclusive and he was allowed to date. I don't know. I don't really believe that, but just putting it there. So assuming that they were fully exclusively dating, here's the full timeline. Taylor and Dora meet, they start dating. He tries to hook up with a 19-year-old while he and Dora are still dating. He does hook up with the virgin while he and Dora are still dating and then ghosts them. Time goes forward. He meets Kelsey. He starts dating Kelsey. Then he breaks up with Taylor like months into it. And then he and Kelsey have continued, though he has continued communication with at least the other two people that he tried to hook up with while he was dating Dora. So he's still actively dating other people, it seems like. And then on top of that, reportedly a blind item came out last year saying that he was caught using Tinder while exclusively dating Kelsey. Now, most people at this point are just worried about Kelsey. Kelsey has not acknowledged this directly. She blocked Dora and she's been monitoring her comments and limiting comments. I think the overwhelming odds are Kelsey did not know the full truth about Dora and didn't actively help this man cheat. And reportedly, she just sold her mansion to move across the country and bought a house with Taylor. So it makes a lot of sense why she's just locking it down and trying to figure things out right now, because she just upended her whole life for this man. So obviously, as always, don't give anyone in this video at all any hate, but especially Kelsey, like, keep that in mind when you think about her in context of this. Okay, and then the third thing, on the off chance that you just keep hearing about this but refuse to look into it, we're going to talk about Kane and Brooke Schofield. I saved this one for last so everyone who knew about it could drop. Brooke Schofield is an internet celebrity slash influencer. She has a podcast called Canceled with another internet celebrity slash influencer named Tana Mojo. Kane is a musician with a pretty solid social presence as well. Brooke recently came out with a whole video series, her version of Who the Fuck Did I Marry? And it was about Kane. They 2 years ago dated for a number of months, and it turns out that Kane's Australian accent is completely fake, and also he claimed that his dad, mom, and sibling died during COVID. His dad died. His mom and sibling are completely fine. That is literally the story. The reason she started talking about it now is because Kane made some video about her yapping, and she was like, oh, you want me to yap? I will fucking yap. Her video series went insane. He made his own literally like 20 plus part response, and it's just him nitpicking every individual. He doesn't in any way address the two things that matter, which he lied about being Australian and his Australian accent is fake, and that his family members he said were dead are actually alive. All those things I'm pretty sure are true. Dude sucks. His video series isn't worth watching. It's just him nitpicking and trying to deflect. And his music is bad too. That's the story.